Yeah, so before I started, I was in a bit of a rut with my training. I was still going to the gym and doing a three-way split in my program, but it wasn't really aligning with my goals and what I wanted to achieve with strength training. I run and ride a lot, so it was just something that I was doing in between so that I could give my legs a rest. But I was really finding it a bit of a chore. When I initially had that conversation with you, I said I wasn't interested in handstands. I
Mm.
really wanted to do some of the ring work and I saw the benefit in that. But I think initially I didn't see any benefit in handstands other than a
Mm.
little trick. It was a real confidence thing. I was taking the rings down to the park and hanging them off cricket nets. So if you're going down to the park and you've got all these people walking past and you can't do anything on the rings, people might, think it looks a bit funny and you might get a bit embarrassed by it. So yeah, it was a bit
Mm.
daunting at first, definitely. Like I love doing my program now. It's just that initial getting used to the different movements and there's still some that I see in my program and I get a bit worried when I'm, going to throw my leg over my head or something like that and feel like I'm just going to drop on the ground somewhere. But I've definitely grown. My confidence has grown a lot with the rings now that I've got a bit more confidence in, I guess, the beginner movements. I got those initial movements right for starters, and that really helped with then building my strength. And I can honestly say I think I'm probably the strongest I've been in a long time. Probably the biggest things I've noticed over the last 12 weeks is my posture has improved. I sit at a computer a lot and I was
Mhm.
really finding issues with my upper back. So my posture's improved and I've had comments, but then also to my mobility as well. Even when I'm on the bike and when I'm running, I really tighten the hips. I've found that
Mm.
I'm cramping less and I'm pulling up better after some long rides and long runs than I normally would when I wasn't doing anything to help myself in my days off. When I sat down with you at the start, like I talked about, I only want 45 minutes to an hour for a session, and it really has
Mm.
fit in well. Got a pretty busy work schedule, and then I want to keep running and riding, so it had to fit in with those things, and
Mhm.
it definitely has. Being able to just go and hang some rings somewhere and do almost your entire program just from using those rings and a brick wall
Mm.
is pretty good. It makes it pretty easy. One of the big things is knowing that there's a progression for everyone as well. So there was a few exercises that you had given me that I just physically couldn't do. You're able to change and make them, I guess, more achievable for me, but still get the same benefits, working the same muscle groups and progressing back to that movement. So that's one thing to take into account. And my suggestion would be to anyone that's thinking about it is to reach out and have a conversation with the trainer. And I think that often gets rid of a lot of those fears that you think you're going to have jumping into a program. You can see
Mm.
if what you're paying for the program is actually you're going to get that value in return.